This just in. Hello, and welcome to You Should Be Reading. Well, not welcome to You Should Be Reading. We're still not quite there yet. In my last video, I did happen to mention it would be a couple weeks. I'm taking a couple weeks off, and then I'd be starting on book 2. A couple things have happened since then. I've gotten a new webcam, high definition, better than the old little piddly cheap webcam that I had before. And I've also gotten a new video editing program. Up until now, I've been using Windows Movie Maker to do all of my movies. Uh, Today, or not today, I should say, now I have CyberLink PowerDirector, which offers me a little bit more flexibility, a lot more options, a lot more stuff. However, the problem is I don't quite know how to use it all yet. So, what we're going to be doing is there's going to be still a couple more weeks from now uh, that it's going to be before we start on to book 2. This is going to let me not only um, learn how to use my new video editing program, at least well enough to make videos that I feel, are worth the time to watch, but also to do a little rearranging of what I've got here. Um, what you'll be seeing behind me and whatnot, chances are the angle will be changed, things will be different. You may even, if I can manage it, I'll have my library moved into the camera so you can see the sheer number of books that I have. Um, so this is going to be happening, and like I said, it's going to take me a couple weeks, 2, maybe 3. But when I'm finished, then we'll be starting on book 2 of You Should Be Reading, as well as some new content that I'm looking at doing. Um, I've been looking at possibly doing some storytelling in terms of things that I've written. Now, whether it will be audio only, whether there will be me sitting reading from a book or reading from notes, I don't know yet. I'm still kind of working it through my head. I've got a couple ideas for stories in that regard. Um, if people would like me to do some reading of books, feel free to speak up in the comments. Let me know. Fire emails to my email, youshouldbereading.com. Um, that can be found on the page. What else? Yes, I may also be delving into some other media, not just books. And now, when that happens, and it probably will because I'll be looking at some movies, maybe some television series, maybe even some anime, might even go into some video games. I don't know. This had started out as a hobby for me, a place to just, talk and ramble about media that I've consumed, that I enjoy, that I think other people might enjoy. So I'm thinking maybe doing some streaming once I can figure that out, which would probably be a lot longer than just a couple weeks because I know nothing about streaming. We'll see what's going on there. I don't quite know where I'm going with that. Definitely some movies that I might be interested in talking about, possibly tying in some of it with actual books that have been made into movies, discussing the pros and cons, the differences and whatnot. Because I've said I might go into that a little bit later, so I'm thinking I might do that. I'm also thinking of starting up a podcast of sorts where I can talk and ramble with other people about books. Some of the people that I know quite well and I'm friends with, they tend to read, so I might be talking with them, might be talking with other people. I don't know. I'm still kind of up in the air on everything. And there may be a name change coming to my channel. Right now, the channel is simply called You Should Be Reading, and that's fine for what it's been so far, because it's just been me talking about books. But if I start going into movies and video games, you can't read a movie and you can't read a video game. I'd like to maybe do a series on movies and call it You Should Be Watching, but the anime distribution company known as Funimation has that as their tagline. Oh, you should be watching. And I think that might be copyrighted. So probably not a good idea to start poking that particular bear. So I don't know what I'm going to call that. Don't know what I'm going to call the podcast or anything that may be coming in the future. But there will be some new content. There will be a new name for my YouTube channel. Still kind of working on that. Got some ideas. Talking with some people. We'll see where that goes. But for right now, just letting you know, this video is only going up to kind of let people know where I'm at, because I've said it was going to be a couple weeks and it's been a couple weeks. So yes, new stuff is coming. Just going to be a little bit longer. This is kind of to let you know what's going on and tide you over if you actually care enough to want to hear what I have to say. Regardless, do have some new books that I've gotten in, some older books that I've gotten in. I've been reading some interesting things that I'll be talking about in the future. A few which, in particular, George Orwell's 1984. I'll be talking about that. William Gibson's Neuromancer. I'll be having a video up about that soon. Richard Matheson's I Am Legend. I'll be talking about that soon, and that will be very interesting because I've not only read the book now, but I've also seen the Vincent Price movie, Last Man on Earth. I've seen the Charlton Heston movie, Omega Man, and I've seen the Will Smith movie, I Am Legend. I've seen all three of these movies, and I've read the book. So I've got a lot of, there's a lot of back and forth about that particular one. I've got some other new stuff. I picked up Fight Club. I have seen the movie, never read the book. I have that now, so that will be being read at some point in the future. Just the other day is when I picked that up. I also got, what was it? A lot. Yes. Mr. Penumbra's 24-hour bookstore. Have no idea what it's about. Looked really interesting. Liked the name of it. I also got a Western, and I barely read Westerns. I've never really been able to get into the genre, but this one, it caught my eye because the cover has some very nice cover art, and the name of it really got my eye, which made me pick it up and look at it. It's called Nunslinger. As in gunslinger, but a nun. Nunslinger. Definitely caught my eye. And that's one of the things I love about books. That simply the cover art, the name, the title, the little blurb on the back, anything can get you to want to read it. And that has. So I've got those. I've got other stuff over here. Science fiction, reference books, comic books, manga. Found out just recently Black Lagoon is being released, volume 10, and it's been on hiatus for quite a while, a number of years, but it's finally releasing volume 10, and there's going to be more updates coming on that. I love that series of manga. That's one I'll be talking about in the future, and some other things really. There's all kinds. I may even start talking about role-playing game books and the references, because I've got a ton of those. I don't know. There's going to be a lot more coming. Possibly not fast, because I do work for a living. I don't do this for a living as much as I would really like to. But yeah, so far this is just a hobby for me. It's something I do for fun. Something I do because I want to, because I enjoy creating. So yeah, if at some point there is enough subscribers, because right now I've got 10 subscribers. So if you're seeing this and you like what I'm doing, please like my videos and subscribe so that I can get more people looking at my work and maybe liking it and subscribing. If I get enough, maybe I can set up a Patreon account if people want more of what I'm doing, so that can be my job. Because right now it wouldn't take much to keep me stable in terms of income, but that would be the sort of thing that I would need to know for sure. I have that base to do it. So right now it's really just when I have the time, I slap things together. while I work for a living, 9 to 5 or whatever particular shift I happen to be working. So, anyways, uh, I will I will sign this off for now. It's been only about 10 minutes I've been rambling. So, yes, um, keep tuned. Uh, if you have any suggestions, you have any comments, any questions, anything like that, like I said, feel free to email me at my website or my email. It's up on the thing. I have a blog. Check that out. You can leave things in the comments on my YouTube channel, by all means. And please, spread the word. Spread the word of what I'm doing, because I'm sure other people might like to see what I'm doing. So, until next time, remember, you should be reading.